guys. Welcome back to another edition of Chats from the Blog Cabin. I'm joined by my really good friend, Mary, and we're going to be talking about skincare today. But before we get into that, Mary, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. I'm Mary Maurer, and I have been with a company called Rodan Fields for about 6 years now, and it has been life-changing for me. I had major sun damage, and it has literally taken that away. And I'm not going to talk about my age or anything, but I definitely have been told that I don't look how old I am. So it has been great for me. And if you don't have a normal skincare routine, you definitely need to listen today because you need one. You may not think certain things are important, but they definitely are.
Yeah, and talking about sun damage, you love the beach. So I can imagine this is a big routine for you now.
The beach is my safe haven. I absolutely love the beach. I love to be there as much as I can. And so when you talk about, sun damage, I used to really hurt my skin when I was younger. And now, sunscreen plays a major role in my day-to-day skincare routine. And with that, all of the products that I use have sunscreen in it.
Yeah. So let's talk about how important it is to have a skincare routine, because a lot of people just basically use soap and water.
I don't want to hear soap and water. Soap totally dries your face out. It is super important to have a skincare routine, but you also need to know, what does your skin need? What is the main thing that your skin needs that you need to focus on? We have a thing called a solution tool when you do anything with Rodan Fields. You go in, you answer some questions, and it will tell you, based on our doctor's recommendations, is it for wrinkles? Is it acne? Is it sun damage? And it can be a combination. And then we focus on that one major thing at a time. And the best thing about our stuff is that literally it's numbered. So you can't go wrong with your skincare routine. And having that routine gets you in the habit, just like, literally getting dressed in the morning. You do your skincare routine in the morning, you do your skincare routine before you go to bed. Having that routine, though, literally saves your skin, and it's never too early to start. We have regimens that literally start from when you're in your 20s up until, you're working on your wrinkles. But hopefully you won't have as many wrinkles if you start when you're in your 20s. But that skincare routine is so important because nobody wants to have bad skin. I mean, it is something that you see every day, that other people see every day, and you want to take care of it as best as you can. And so having that skincare routine is something that you need to get in the habit of, and you don't want to use soap and water because it literally just dries your face out. It's okay for the rest of your body, but then you need to make sure you moisturize. But having that skincare routine and making sure that you're doing it morning and evening is super essential.
Now, you touched about drying out your skin. A lot of people, their skins are drying out because they're having to wear masks and covering up a lot during COVID. So how do we fight that?
Maskne is a real thing. It is a real thing that people are fighting now. It is horrible because you're breathing in your breath is just hitting that mask, and it is just coming right back at your face. It is super important to make sure that you are constantly washing your face and that you are moisturizing after you wash your face. Moisturizer is super important that you are putting on. You cannot just wash your face and then go. You need to make sure you're moisturizing, but you have to also make sure that you are washing your face. And that your mask is clean. You want to also make sure that you're washing your mask. It doesn't do any good to wash your face and moisturize if you're putting a dirty mask on your face. It all goes with, same when you're sleeping. You don't want to sleep on the same pillow sheet week after week after week, because all those oils just go right back into your skin. So you need to make sure that, it goes with that skincare routine again. Make sure that you're washing your face, you're moisturizing, and it will help with that barrier, and it will help you. A lot of people are getting acne from their masks. Maskne, it is a thing. a lot of people will notice they start to break out. We have masks that help that you put on, and it will literally help soothe it because your pores are getting clogged from all of, your breath and all that. And you need to let your face breathe. When you don't have to wear your mask, let your face breathe.
Yeah. Now, piggybacking on that, one of the things with COVID, and you see me already do this, and is we're told not to touch our face, but it's so hard. How can we, stop that? How can we stop? Because I know it's got to be bad because we have oils on our hands that get on our face. So tell us some tips for that.
Well, especially with COVID now, they say, it goes with the 3 W's, wash, wear, whatever they are, because I'm kind of over the whole thing. You have to just be more aware of what you're doing. It's hard though not to touch your face, especially with having to put the mask on and constantly having that thought in the back of your mind. Okay, I have to keep taking this off, or, adjusting it. I know I have to adjust mine all the time because I cannot handle it moving on my face all the time. So you have to be more mindful of what you're doing. But if you are, moisturizing and you have that little bit of a barrier so that your mask may not be moving quite as much, you may not have to, touch your face as much. Wash your hands, make sure that your hands are clean if you are touching your face more often than you were before. So hopefully everybody with this whole COVID thing is washing their hands a little bit more. But you're right. You do get more oils and dirt on your hands. And the more that you touch your face, the more dirt you're going to put on your face, and it's going to clog your pores, and your face is going to be gross. And if your pores get clogged, it's going to cause that acne, and your face is going to break out.
Yeah. Okay. So now tell me some simple skincare tips, like some simple, easy, like for the person that's just starting the skincare, not even as far as products or anything like that, but just simple things that they should do. Obviously, wash your hands before you touch your face, right?
Yeah. You should never, ever, if you wear makeup, go to bed with makeup on. Simple makeup wipes. Take it out. If you don't have a facial soap or that you use, at least use a makeup wipe to wipe off your makeup. But never go to bed with a dirty face. That's the worst thing that you could do. I call it lazy. If I'm too tired, I take a wipe my face off, and I throw some moisturizer on, because at least you've done something. It's simple, but never go to bed with, a dirty face. That's the worst thing that you could possibly do. And never with makeup, because the more that you go to sleep with makeup on, and I know that sometimes it's like, oh, I'm so tired to do that. But literally grab a makeup wipe really quick. It takes 2 seconds, and then throw some moisturizer on and then go to sleep, because in the long run, it really will help. And don't necessarily buy the cheap stuff. If you're not interested in really investing in products that work, do something that you've heard of that may work, because you're going to end up with a whole bunch of stuff under your sink that doesn't work. But at least, like I said, use a makeup wipe, at least wipe it off, or at least a warm washcloth, but don't use soap. Don't use soap. Say no to soap on your face.
Now I've heard of some of these makeup removers that basically you just wet the cloth and then it just takes it off. You don't ever have to use soap ever again. Do you think that actually works?
There's so many different makeup remover cloths out there. Some that come pre-moistened, some that you wet and then they kind of turn into like soap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, Rodan Fields has really good ones that I use, that take everything off. And my daughter uses the ones from Walmart that she loves, and they work. So I guess if you find one that works for you, use it. I'm not going to knock any, because I know that there's some out there that work really well. So I guess as long as you're at least taking it off and it works and you feel like it's not leaving your face oily or anything or really drying you out, then use it.
Yeah, you mentioned moisturizer. How important is it to moisturize at night?
It is very important to moisturize at night because you're allowing that moisturizer, because you're not going to be touching your face at night. You're not going to be out in the elements. It's very important to moisturize at night because you're allowing that moisturizer to really sink into your skin and do what it needs to do. It's not going to be, it might be wiped off a little bit because of your pillow, but you're not touching your face. You're not going to be out in the sun. You're not going to be in the wind. You're in your house. And so that moisturizer is really going to be able to have the opportunity to do what it's supposed to do for your skin.
Now, moisturizer, would you suggest using a different moisturizer for like the summer months when it's super humid, or as opposed to the winter months when you can get windburn on your face?
Well, it also depends on the person's skin. So, some of I'm going to compare it to like our regimens that we have. Some of them we have an AM and a PM because all of our, we have one regimen that has an AM moisturizer and a PM moisturizer. The AM has a sunscreen in it. So obviously you're not going to use that at night. So you just have to make sure that the moisturizer that you're using for that time of year fits for what you are definitely trying to pinpoint for your skin at that time.
Can you over moisturize your skin?
I'm sorry?
Can you over moisturize your skin?
No. I would say no. I don't think that skin is hydrated enough. Okay. Hydration is a big thing with skin. You want to keep it as hydrated as possible. That's why it younger looking skin looks so good because it hasn't been as damaged from the sun and the elements. So you want that hydration, and the more that you moisturize it, the more that it's going to be hydrated.
Now, you talked about hydration. How important is it to drink water for skincare?
It's amazing. The more water that you drink, the more that is going to help your skin. Our body craves that hydration. And so it literally is trying to pull, Rodan Fields has actually created a serum that pulls, water from the air with the serum that we have. And so our body craves that to try to keep our skin hydrated and looking younger. And so it's not just the inside of our body that needs it, it's the outside also. And so it doesn't matter. It's trying to get that hydration no matter where we are and what we're doing. So you need to take care of your skin, whether it's on your face or on your, any part of your body.
Now, I've heard that using silk pillowcases helps with the wrinkles. Have you heard that at all?
No. I mean, if that's the case, then everybody needs to just go buy silk. I think that would be the only kind of pillowcases that they would sell if that was the case.
I read somewhere when we were getting ready for this interview that silk pillowcases were really great for like helping because it absorbs the oils from your face.
I might have to look into that.
But I've also heard that it's really good for hair too. Like if you sleep on a silk pillowcase with your hair,
hair. Yeah.
Tangled and knotted. So, and with curly hair, girls,
Interesting.
Yeah. I read it when I was getting ready for it. And I'm like, I'm going to have to ask her about that because that's the first time I'd actually heard about it being used for skincare.
Well, I mean, they do say that I guess I could see that. They do say that you shouldn't sleep on the same, pillowcase for more than a few days at a time because of, the oils in your skin, coming out because it's not good for you to sleep on the same dirty pillowcase too many nights at a time. But I hadn't heard about the silk.
Yeah. So let's talk about since we're talking about pillowcases and stuff, laundry. Your detergents also can play a part in your skincare. Am I correct?
They are. They can. You have to be careful. Your skin will tell you a lot of things about different things. So you really need to listen to your skin. If you start to, notice something that you didn't before, you really need to look and see, okay, did I just change my laundry detergent? Did I eat something different? Did I change a perfume? Did I change a deodorant? You have to really look at that. You have to look at the ingredients and see what it is. Your skin tells you a lot. And so laundry detergent plays a big factor in that. So if you're used to using one laundry detergent and you switch, you need to pay attention because your skin will get irritated, and that's not fun.
No, it's not.
So you want to make sure that if you are noticing a change in your skin, that you stop and ask yourself those questions. Did I change something? Have I done something different? Because your skin, I mean, let's face it, y'all, we all have a lot of skin, and our skin talks whether we want to admit it or not. And so we have to make sure that we listen to it, because it's going to tell us things that we may not normally pay attention to.
Yeah, that's so true. Let's go and talk about the importance of self-care, especially caring for our skin. We need to put that in our self-care regimen as far as doing mask and things like that. Not wearing mask, but doing mask for our face.
Self-care is super essential for anyone, for males, for females. The benefits of self-care, people may be like, oh, I don't need that. I'm telling you what, you go do some self-care for yourself and you're going to see just how amazing it is. And then you're going to realize that you should have done it a long time ago. When we have different masks with all of our regimens that we have that just enhance them all. And the first time that I used one of our masks, I was blown away, because it literally just makes your skin take on a whole different level. And you get to do it in the privacy of your own home. Mm-hmm. It's the same with the different types of tools that we have. Like we have a pore tool that literally sucks your pores clean. I didn't have to go to the dermatologist to get that done, because it's really embarrassing, let me tell you. And you get to do that in the privacy of your own home, and you don't have to go anywhere. And it literally is half the cost of going somewhere else to get it done. And you get that self-care in your home. You can listen to any kind of music you want to listen to. You can do whatever, but you're taking care of yourself when you find the time to take care of yourself. And it is vitally important, especially with all of the chaos that's going on in our world today, that you need to take the time out of your day, your week, your month, and you need to have that self-care for yourself.
Now, I know women are really big into self-care, but what about men? Because men are probably the ones out there more in the elements. I'm doing a stereotypical, but they normally have, majority of them have outside jobs. So
men need skincare routines also.
A lot of men will say, oh, that's just sissy. I can't do this. I can't do that. So what do you suggest for them?
Men can use every kind of skincare regimen that a woman can use. If there are any men watching, my contact information is scrolling along the bottom. Contact me and we will talk. Skincare is not sissy. You are taking care of the most important thing that you look at every day and that other people see. When someone sees you, do you want them to notice your crow's feet? Do you want them to notice that line that goes all the way across your forehead? Or when you smile, all of those wrinkles that are right there? No, you want them to notice your eyes or your smile. You don't want them to notice your wrinkles. And it is so important for men to understand that also. Nor do you want someone to think that you're 20 years older than what you really look. And a lot of men, that is the stereotype for a lot of men who work outside in the elements. who look a lot older than what they are because, number one, they think they're too cool for sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just put this in there. Put sunscreen on your ears because that is just as important. Your ears get sunburn also. So you need to put sunscreen on your ears.
And on bald spots as well.
Yes, sunscreen goes everywhere and you need to reapply. It is super important. Your neck, your face, your nose, anything that can be seen. I mean, I wear a hat when I'm at the beach. My ears get sunscreen then, my neck, my nose. I mean, I get my whole face, but I wear a hat whenever I'm at the beach. I don't like to get sunburn. I still manage to because I'm like white like a lobster, but men need to understand that, I mean, look where we're at. I mean, nothing is normal in our world anymore. And they get just as good of results with skincare as women do, if not better, because they think that it's sissy and they don't think it's going to work. And then when it does, it blows their socks off.
Yeah. So what age should people start worrying about skincare? Should they start right when they're teenagers or before that, like when they're younger?
So obviously a major concern with skincare when they're younger for kids is acne. And especially with Rodan and Fields, I mean, you see Proactive, and I mean, our doctors did create Proactive and then sold it and moved on to Rodan and Fields. But now we have a teen line that is specifically for teenagers for acne, and then we have one for adults. So they listen to people when they talk about how can we improve things. And it's a two-step. I mean, because let's face it, kids don't like to take time to do many things. So it's a two-step thing. It's a wash, it's a moisturizer, boom, you're out the door. And acne literally is one of the biggest skin issues in the world. And so that was a major focus. And once you take care of your biggest underlying skincare issue, you can then start to focus on your other areas. So if acne is your biggest issue that you want to take care of, we take care of that first. And then we can focus on, say, some sun damage or some wrinkles. But the best thing about Rodan and Fields is that we're a multi-med therapy company. You can mix all of our regimens together and it doesn't matter. I mean, I use one regimen in the morning and one regimen before I go to bed, and I might use a wash and a different toner, and it's okay because that's how they made them. So you have to know what your concern is, but it's never too early to start. I mean, right now we're focusing on 18 to 25-year-olds with our recharge. I mean, that age frame is booming, especially with our lash boost and our new brow defining boost. It's booming because 20-year-olds are like, I don't need skincare. And they're the ones that are out there at the beaches now, having good times and stuff. But you need skincare just as much as the rest of us do, because you're going to be in our shoes, 20 years from now. And you're going to be like, man, I wish I would have taken better care of my skin. And if you start now, you're going to be gorgeous because your skin is going to be right where it needs to be.
Now, let's talk about some misconceptions about skincare. Like, for instance, like tan is best. Like if you go outside, you're tan. Like I remember when I was younger, and don't shoot me for doing this, but oiling up with baby oil and going outside so you can have the perfect tan, or butter, just the misconceptions like that. So let's talk about those.
Hey, we all used to do it. I used to do it. Like I said, I've been doing this for about 6 years. And I mean, even when I go to the beach now, I still reapply when I need to. And my skin is just so fair that I still get sunburn. And SPF, I mean, our sunscreen is SPF of 50. All of our regimens have an SPF of 30 to 50. And I even have, other stuff from the Walmart, and I will put on, it's like 70. And I still manage to get some sunburn. I mean, I have some tan lines. I'm going to say I'm a little proud of those tan lines too, because I'm so light. But as long as you are applying your sunscreen the appropriate way, and you're not going out there and not using any kind of sunscreen, then you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Most people are going to get some sort of sunburn. I mean, I apply it on my kids and they still get it. Do I feel like a horrible mother? Yes, I do, because, oh my goodness, that was my job to make sure my kids didn't get sunburn, and they got sunburn. But it happens. But if you are allowing, your kids or yourself to go out there and you're not using anything with an SPF in it, then you're just setting yourself up for failure, and you are damaging your skin from the get-go. Now, back in the day, that was what people did. Skincare was not a major concern, 15 years ago. And so nowadays it is, because skin cancer is, on a rise nowadays. And so now it is a major concern that you're using, something that has an SPF in it, and that you're reapplying when you're out in the elements.
So what would you suggest for people that are just starting out with very limited money, because this is a frugal channel? What would you suggest for them to start with this skincare, the products?
Well, I will tell you that with it being, frugal, we can make anything work for you. You let us know your concerns, and we can make anything work. Once we know needs, we can make anything work. And that is why we have a solution tool that literally our doctors came up with. It's 6 questions that you click buttons, and it comes up and it tells you, by you answering questions, exactly what your major need is. And we go from there. We can piece things together, and we can meet your needs that way. Nothing says you have to buy an entire regimen or anything like that. We can start small, and we can work from there. Once you also know exactly what your major need is, then you know what you need to do. If someone's starting out, the best thing for them, honestly, just make sure, and if this is something that is really bothering them, my information is scrolling. Let's talk. I am here to help. This 6 years ago, I would not have been on here talking with you, Melissa, because freckles are sun damage, and I had freckles galore, and I would not have had the confidence to come on and talk about skincare. I have been given my confidence back to do this, and I want to be able to help people regain their confidence, whether, they're struggling with acne, or they have wrinkles or melasma. There's all sorts of things that we can assist with. And there's different ways to do it. So, if money is an issue, let's talk. A chat, it doesn't hurt to talk.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm here for.
You mentioned melasma. Tell everybody who may not know what that is.
So melasma is a skin condition. It's a pigmentation. A lot of women actually get it after they have children. And it's really blotchy, dark patches in the skin. And we actually, some of our regimens are geared towards that, helping that. And so it's, freckles are, the spots, but melasma is more patchy, darker patches. And it is a skin pigmentation that, is developed over time. And it kind of looks like your face is dirty, is what it looks like. But the more that if you try to scrub it, it's not going to come off. And a lot of women deal with that. We see that a lot with a lot of my customers that come to me are like, I have this melasma, and, I'm struggling with it. What can we do? And the success stories are amazing. Like they could bring tears to my eyes. It's amazing just to be able to see how they are able to get relief and have that confidence knowing that there's something out there that can help them.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. And the best part about, our company is that we have 60-day money back guarantees on all of our stuff. So if someone decided, yes, I know this is frugal, but if they decided that they wanted to try something, if they didn't like it or they didn't think that it worked for them, our doctors back everything with a 60-day empty bottle. So they could literally use our products for 60 days and decide, I don't like it, it didn't work, and send it back, empty bottle, and they would get their money back. That is how much our doctors believe in what they do and want our customers to be satisfied.
Now, another thing is rosacea. Does it help with that as well? Because I know that's a lot of people have.
So we don't necessarily throw out the word rosacea, but we have a regimen called Soothe, and Soothe helps with the sensitive skincare needs. And Soothe can be used. Soothe is amazing. Soothe can be used for sunburn if you get sunburn, to help soothe that sunburn. Bug bites. Soothe actually has an extra moisturizer in it. My daughter has super dry skin, and she wears makeup, has to wear a mask all day at work because she is a waitress. And so she will put that moisturizer on, that Soothe moisturizer, before she puts her mask on. Remember, moisturizing is super important before she wears that mask at work all day. And so Soothe helps with those sensitive skin conditions. And it really has helped. We've had some that have had success that have had eczema. I won't say that it cures eczema, but some have had eczema, and it has really assisted in improving eczema, and it has helped in improving rosacea. Not that it's cured it, but it has improved it to where the success stories are also amazing for that. So our doctors we have 5 different regimens that work for, sensitive skin, sun damage, wrinkles. Our recharge is for, the younger skin. And then we have our unblemished for our acne. So, and then, spotless for our teens. So they have thought of everything. And so you can buy everything together. You can do single stuff, but it's all about the customer. It's about what we can do to make them happy and get them comfortable with their skin again.
Now, is it too late to ever start a skincare regimen?
Absolutely not.
So say someone's in their 80s, they can start it?
Absolutely. And we've seen plenty of success stories with that. I actually just had one of my customers order a regimen for her mom, who's in her, I believe, late 70s. So it's never too late to start a regimen. And once again, if something isn't liked, you can send it back if you need to. That doesn't happen very often, but that option is there because our doctors want our customers to be 100% satisfied.
Now, is there anything else that you want to share, that you would like to share?
Just want you all to make sure that, don't go to bed with your face dirty, and always wear sunscreen. That, if there's nothing else that you take from this, always have a clean face before you go to bed, and wear sunscreen. Protect your face, protect what you have, protect what people see, because that's the only thing that you can do.
And where can people contact you, Mary?
They can contact me. My website is ncflipflops.myrandf.com. It's scrolling along the bottom. So if you have questions, there is a contact thing on my website that you can fill that out and it will come straight to me. I would love to chat with you, answer any questions. That's what I'm here for. So guys or gals, because skincare is not just for women. You would be very surprised at how many men come to us for skincare also.
So I want to thank you so much for coming on today and for chatting about skincare, because this is definitely very important right now during COVID with the mask and the dry skin. And you said what mask? What'd you call it?
It's called Maskne, Maskne.
So I want to thank you so much for doing that.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been great.
All right. See you guys later. Have a great rest of your day.